the referee. He's got a lead. Madden coming out in the lead. Oh, Bully takes it. Round one, Heffron Park podium.
Back firing. Oh, I can take my sunnies off. Tuesday night, Heffron's back. Quick little recap on it. Actually, I'll talk a little bit. Long story short, B grade got up. Actually, I think B grade is super strong this year. I've got a bit to do. Hang on. So Tuesday night is the handicap race, and like I've mentioned before, the handicap thing is like it's first past the post, so all the grades are kind of working together as such to stay at the front of the race or become the front of the race. Last night B grade won, which to be fair is quite rare. I think it's partly because B grade are going super well and there's some strong guys in there. It's good for the chat from my perspective because it means, you know, okay, well what happened in A grade? Okay, so the detail, we'll take the sunnies off now, we're getting serious. I will premise this by saying a few people are like, oh, I bet NERO don't do a vlog about the A grade race because they rode so badly. Well, clearly you don't watch any of this. I know, but I do feel a bit for him there. Yeah. Because especially like to have one guy, because I actually prefer talking about it when we don't do well. Obviously the idea is that A grade works together. Inside that race, of course, is the teams racing, so we were there, Mobius were there, a few park bikes guys there, and then there's, you know, guys, a lot of super strong guys who are just there riding, you know, for themselves. So you got all the politics of that at play. I would suggest that we were probably too standoffish early. That wasn't certainly by design. There was no discussion beforehand to say, sit in guys, let's let Mobius do all the work. The other team are looking at it going, well, where's NERO? They're not up here doing any work. So I think a bit of that was at play. It's not me trying to let us off the hook either. We didn't do enough work early. Let's be honest, we have one of the best finishes in the race. We have to be doing more work to get A grade to the front of the race. That's just the truth. And last night, it probably didn't happen. The other kind of factor here, got the teams and guys necessarily riding for themselves. Your incentive to work is limited at best. So how that sort of plays out, it's cool. I kind of like this, and because at the end of the day we all know each other pretty well, so I like the dynamic that plays away inside it. Oh, and the other thing, so this has nothing to do with anything else, but one of the main reasons I love Tuesday nights is because it's a super hard session, right? And it's a super hard session that is a race that's kind of fun, and it means I don't have to do some horrible VO2 session that Dan sets me. God, you're going to be sick of this chat in a couple of weeks. Now, the full race video from Tuesday night up over on the NERO YouTube page. If you really have nothing to do for 45 minutes, then go ahead and watch it. From now on, that YouTube channel is really where we'll put the full race video stuff. So the full crits, the full time trials, all that kind of stuff. None of this, it'll just be like the race footage. In today's vlog, 2 more items up for discussion. Item 1 pertains to this. A couple of people noticed over the last couple of weeks we've been running these Shimano cameras. I will do a full review of it in the future, but I am going to use them for a bit to get a good idea about it. Look, here's the thing, right? With all these cameras, and this is before I do it for it, with all these cameras, they all do some things amazingly well, and they all have shortcomings. One may mount to the bike super easily, one may shoot really nice footage, one might sync with power really easily, but it's like not all the bases are covered on one of the cameras. So it's going to become, especially with cycling specific style stuff, you kind of have to work out which one you're willing to trade off on. That said, I mentioned mounting cameras. This thing is supreme when it comes to that. Specifically, right, let's have a look. So with the Pro saddle, and that is another review coming. Again, it's one thing that I don't feel like I can review a saddle after 2 or 3 rides. Moving on. But with the Pro saddle, they come with this mount. Now the mount is, it doesn't go onto the rails, it actually physically screws into the saddle. Really nice, neat solution, which is a big win. I'll also say this, Heffron Park the other night, you know guys have seen like the bike footage that we shoot there, it's notoriously unstable, it's unsteady. This thing seemed to level it out. I mean, I only used the Shimano camera on it, but it did seem to level it out and give it a little bit more stability. The other really nice thing is even with that saddle, I can still run my saddlebag. So I can physically leave that saddle mount on the bike full time and it doesn't get in the way of my normal riding. As I said, full review, saddles, cameras, blah blah blah. I mentioned that there were 2 things we needed to talk about. Item number 2. These things finally available online. We have all the men's t-shirts up there now. The women's t-shirts will be up there. The reason I don't say women's sizing is because they actually physically are a different t-shirt. Pretty excited about these t-shirts. They're like hand printed. They're actually... Did I make a spelling mistake? I probably did. Sorry, Sal. Oh, focus. Ooh, focus. Will you focus? Huge weekend on the bike. We're down in Goulburn. Individual time trial on Saturday. State championships. Goulburn road race Sunday. There will be bike racing. I think there'll be a Gus bus. No, there's no Gus bus. Sad. Sorry. Be cool if you like subscribed as well. Like, dislike, See ya.